Question 401. Which type of attack aims to disrupt your network and services? A. Access. B. Modification and repudiation. C. Denial of service. D. Interception. Correct answer. C. Denial of service. A denial of service attack is a type of attack designed to disrupt the normal operation of a network or service by flooding it with excessive traffic or requests, rendering it unavailable to legitimate users. This can lead to system crashes or significant slowdowns, affecting service availability and network performance. Question 402. A hacker successfully tricks the network into associating their machine's MAC address with an IP address that is actually intended for another host. What type of attack is this known as? A. DNS poisoning. B. ARP poisoning. C. DOS. D. DDoS. Correct answer. B. ARP poisoning. ARP poisoning, address resolution protocol poisoning, occurs when a hacker sends false ARP messages over a local network. This causes the network to associate the attacker's MAC address with the IP address of another device on the network. As a result, the attacker can intercept, modify, or stop network traffic intended for that device. Question 403. Which threat hunting concept involves adopting the mindset of a malicious actor to identify indicators of compromise that might otherwise go unnoticed? A. Bulletin analysis. B. Intelligence fusion. C. Maneuver. D. Threat feed analysis. Correct answer. C. Maneuver. Maneuver involves adopting the mindset of a malicious actor, understanding their tactics, and simulating their actions to identify indicators of compromise that might go unnoticed. This approach helps anticipate how attackers might exploit vulnerabilities and allows security teams to proactively detect threats. Question 404. What is the potential impact of an attack conducted by script kiddies? A. They always cause significant data breaches. B. They have no impact on target systems. C. They can cause disruption and expose vulnerabilities. D. They only affect individuals, not organizations. Correct answer. C. They can cause disruption and expose vulnerabilities. While script kiddies typically lack advanced skills, their attacks, such as DDoS attacks, can still cause significant disruptions by taking down websites or services. Additionally, their use of existing tools can inadvertently expose weaknesses in the targeted systems, highlighting vulnerabilities that more skilled attackers could later exploit. Question 405. What term refers to the series of steps followed for collecting different types of evidence in forensic procedures? A. Order of volatility. B. Layered security. C. Chain of custody. D. Transitive access. Correct answer. A. Order of volatility. The order of volatility refers to the series of steps followed for collecting evidence in forensic procedures by prioritizing the preservation of data that is most likely to be lost or altered. This concept is essential for ensuring that fragile and transient evidence, such as data in memory or active processes, is collected before more stable forms of evidence like logs or disk storage. Question 406. What is the main role of an authorized hacker? A. To identify and fix security vulnerabilities in systems and networks. B. To exploit security weaknesses for personal gain. C. To steal sensitive data from organizations. D. To launch attacks on networks to prove their skills. Correct answer. A. To identify and fix security vulnerabilities in systems and networks. Authorized hackers. Their job is to legally test and assess the security of systems to find weaknesses before malicious hackers can exploit them. They help organizations improve their security posture by identifying vulnerabilities and recommending fixes, ultimately strengthening the system's defenses. Question 407. What is the primary impact of a DOS attack on cloud services? A. Stealing data from cloud storage. B. Injecting malicious code into cloud applications. C. Disrupting or disabling cloud resources and services. D. Manipulating API calls. Correct answer. C. Disrupting or disabling cloud resources and services. In a DOS, denial of service attack, the attacker floods the cloud service with an overwhelming amount of traffic or requests, causing the service to become slow, unresponsive, or completely unavailable. This disruption can lead to service downtime, affecting business operations and customer access to services. Question 408. Why is incident response planning important in physical security? A. To automate all security protocols. B. To prevent the need for security measures. C. To handle emergencies. D. To reduce employee responsibilities. Correct answer. C. To handle emergencies. Incident response planning in physical security is crucial because it provides a structured approach for responding to security breaches, emergencies, or threats. It outlines the steps to be taken in case of incidents such as unauthorized access, theft, natural disasters, or vandalism. This ensures a quick, effective, and coordinated response to minimize damage, protect assets, and restore normal operations. Question 409. What is an insider threat? A. A type of cyber attack from external hackers. B. A threat originating from within the organization. C. A software vulnerability exploited by malicious actors. D. A threat caused by natural disasters affecting systems. Correct answer. B. A threat originating from within the organization. Insider threat refers to a risk posed by individuals within the organization, such as employees, contractors, or business partners. These individuals may intentionally or unintentionally misuse their access to harm the organization, whether through data theft, sabotage, or other malicious activities. Question 410. What security measure helps safeguard the internal network from external threats? A. Using firewalls solely within the internal network. B. Granting unrestricted access to all external devices. C. Using unencrypted communication protocols. D. Keeping critical resources within the internal network and securing them from external access. Correct answer. B. Granting unrestricted access to all external devices. The internal network is more secure, safeguarded by multiple layers of protection such as firewalls, intrusion detection systems, and access controls. By housing critical resources like databases and sensitive applications within this network, an organization ensures they are protected from external threats, minimizing the risk of unauthorized access and ensuring that only authenticated internal users can reach them. Question 411. Which type of firewall inspects the content and context of each packet it encounters? A. Application layer firewall. B. Gateway firewall. C. Packet filtering firewall. D. Stateful packet filtering firewall. Correct answer. A. Application layer firewall. Application layer firewall is a security solution that inspects the content and context of each packet at the application layer of the OSI model. It provides deep packet inspection by analyzing protocols such as HTTP, FTP, and SMTP to detect malicious activity. This ensures enhanced security by filtering traffic based on application-specific rules. Question 412. What is it called when characters in a password field are replaced with asterisks? A. Data masking. B. Tokenization. C. Anonymization. D. Pseudo-anonymization. Correct answer. A. Data masking. Data masking is a security technique that replaces sensitive data, such as passwords, with placeholder characters, e.g. asterisks or dots, to prevent unauthorized access. This method ensures that the actual password remains hidden from onlookers while still allowing user input. Question 413. Which term refers to the expected loss in value of an asset due to a single security incident? A. SLE. B. ARO. C. TL. D. SLA. Correct answer. A. SLE. Single loss expectancy is the expected financial loss resulting from a single security incident affecting an asset. It is calculated using the formula SLE equals asset value, AV, X exposure factor, EF, where EF represents the percentage of the asset lost due to the incident. Question 414. When it comes to computer crimes, there are two main types of surveillance. Which type would include security guards? A. Search. B. Seizure. C. Computer. D. Physical. Correct answer. D. Physical. Physical surveillance involves the presence of security personnel who observe and monitor activities in person. This type of surveillance may be used to gather information about suspects or prevent criminal activity, as opposed to cyber surveillance, which involves monitoring digital activities. Question 415. Olivia is a security administrator for a large company. Occasionally, a user needs access to a resource they are not authorized to use. Which access control model would be most useful in this case? A. Discretionary access control. B. Mandatory access control. C. Role-based access control. D. Rule-based access control. Correct answer. A. Discretionary access control. Discretionary access control is a model that allows the owner of a resource to determine who has access to it. In DAC, the resource owner has the discretion to grant or revoke access to others, providing flexibility in managing permissions. This is useful in situations where users occasionally need access to resources outside their usual permissions, allowing for temporary or exceptional access without adhering to strict predefined roles. Question 416. What is a major security advantage of serverless architecture? A. Developers are responsible for all server security tasks. B. The cloud service provider handles infrastructure security. C. Serverless applications do not need security measures. D. Security is unnecessary in a serverless environment. Correct answer. B. The cloud service provider handles infrastructure security. In a serverless architecture, the cloud provider handles the management and security of the underlying infrastructure, including servers, operating systems, and network protection. This enables developers to concentrate on writing application code and enhancing functionality without the need to manage or secure the server infrastructure. Question 417. William is building his organization's container security best practices document and wants to ensure that he covers the most common items for container security. Which of the following is not a specific concern for containers? A. Insider threats. B. The security of the container host. C. Securing the management stack for the container. D. Monitoring network traffic to and from the containers for threats and attacks. Correct answer. A. Insider threats. Although insider threats are a concern, they're not any different for containers than any other system. Ensuring container host security, securing the management stack, and making sure that network traffic to and from containers is secure are all common container security concerns. Question 418. Gurvinder works as a security analyst and has just removed malware from a virtual server. Which of the following features of virtualization would he apply to return the virtual server to a last known good state? A. Elasticity. B. Hypervisor. C. Sandboxing. D. Snapshot. Correct answer. D. Snapshot. A snapshot is an image of the virtual machine at some point in time. It is standard practice to periodically take a snapshot of a virtual system so that you can return that system to a last known good state. Sandboxing is the process of isolating a system or software. The hypervisor is the mechanism through which the virtual environment interacts with the hardware, and elasticity is the ability for the system to scale. Question 419. What is an essential security measure for safeguarding IoT devices from attacks? A. Turning off devices when not in use. B. Applying encryption, authentication, and monitoring at the device level. C. Using simple passwords to make device access easier. D. Granting unrestricted network access to all devices. Correct answer. B. Applying encryption, authentication, and monitoring at the device level. Securing IoT devices against attacks requires robust measures like encryption, authentication, and continuous monitoring. These safeguards ensure that transmitted data remains protected, access is restricted to authorized users, and any unusual activity is quickly identified and mitigated. Question 420. How can data transmitted between IoT devices and central systems be safeguarded against eavesdropping and spoofing? A. By storing data in an unprotected location. B. By using basic passwords. C. By encrypting data both during transmission and while stored. D. By permitting all devices to communicate without encryption. Correct answer. B. By using basic passwords. Encrypting data both in transit, using protocols like TLS, and at rest safeguards it from eavesdropping and spoofing attacks. This ensures the confidentiality and integrity of the data as it is transmitted between IoT devices and central systems. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful for you, don't forget to like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more practice questions and tips.